Hello again. Another day, another You Ask, I Answer, and I've still got the old, what's it called? Logo. That's it. I've got to get a new one. This one is from my CM versus PM gig, again, for PMI Kenya. Did you know that the feedback post I put onto LinkedIn about the gig and the feedback I got had just fall short of 13,000 views? Can you make out the LI algorithm? Because I have no clue on how it works anymore, to be honest. I'm just totally confused. Never mind. Let's get on, shall we? This question is from a Jane Mbeke, who is a project manager for OTB Africa. And she asked a question that I'm pretty surprised I haven't been asked before, to be honest. How does one effectively identify great change agents? Just to provide a bit of context, if I may. When I talk about change agents, I mean those individuals from the business that take on or are asked to take on a voluntary role above and beyond their normal business as usual. One in support of the change and change manager. Got it? And before I carry on, I apologise, Jane. I did say I was going to have a haircut and a shave before I did this, but I suddenly felt better because I wasn't feeling too good earlier on, so I decided to do this video now. Also, I actually wrote an article about this previously on LinkedIn way back in 2015 called We Are the Champions. Sorry, We Are the Change Champions. And this is also a session in one of my Fundamentals of Change Management training modules. So this video will probably take a lot of content from that. It's nice, easy video to do, to be honest. By the way, from now on, I'm going to call them change agents, not change champions. And I'm going to go beyond, probably, as I do normally, the actual question. Okay? I believe the use of change agents to help support and implement change in organizations is a critical success factor because they will help to manage the inevitable ambiguity, uncertainty, and resistance associated with implementing change. They will. Honest, I've tried it. A network of change agents should ideally be launched in the very early stages of any change initiative to ensure that they get up to speed and start to support the change manager as quickly as possible. Identifying change agents in each area affected by the change is an approach that can highly successful for embedding and sustaining change within an organization. Change agents act as the eyes and ears of the change initiative, keeping their finger on the pulse and helping the project to achieve things like get commitment to the change, engaging and involving the right people, bringing the change vision to life, encouraging new desired behaviours. Did you view my last video on change behaviours, measuring change behaviours? If not, have a look. Embedding the change to make it enduring. We all want that, don't we? Yes. But question is, how do you go about identifying people with what I think are the very broad range of skills and behaviours and characteristics you need? I would wager that it is nigh on impossible to find a group of people, depending on how big you want your change agent network to be, of course, that tick all the boxes. Also, who determines that people have the right attributes? Can you answer that? I can't. Okay, that's obviously my point of view. And I could stop there, but don't worry, I'm not going to. Let's just take it that you are going to set up a network of change agents. Anyway, so what exactly is it you need to look for? Another good question. Whew, putting me through my hoops today, aren't you? Change agents need to possess a positive attitude towards change, be personally committed to change objectives, possess strong operational knowledge, be respected by peers and counterparts, have the ability to coach and support people, have the ability to listen and empathise, have the ability to deal with difficult people, you know, those change resistors and stuff like that, be an effective and direct communicator, and be a credible and trusted source. There's nothing better than being a trusted source, I can assure you. And then what kind of roles and responsibilities would they have? At a high level, they would look something like this. They would attend regular monthly progress update meetings. They would provide feedback on concerns from the impacted stakeholders about the change to the change manager, and provide input to and support the testing process. They would provide input to and support the training schedule, and they provide input to the business readiness measurement process. That's going to be the subject actually of my next video, from the same PM versus CM gig, by the way, and from Nyagaka, who the video was from the last time. Okay, so 2 from him. And finally, be the communication conduit, yeah, between the project and the impacted business. Yep, that's all good, but how do you actually set up a network of change agents? Another good question, hopefully another good answer. I don't know. You know, I like doing these, but I do them for a bit of fun as well. But I hope they kind of hit home. Anyway, first of all, you need to define roles and responsibilities, just what I've gone through, for the change agents. Then, after that, you need to define the criteria for selecting the change agents. Then, you need to provide an overview to either the steering committee or program board for setting up a change agent network, because they need to approve it. You can even ask them to volunteer change agents from their own circle of people. But beware, when they actually nominate somebody, just do a little bit of checking, because, you know, they may just want somebody that's a spy in the camp, if you like, if you get my drift. Yeah? Then you go through the process of selecting the change agents that you're looking for, which you would probably already have identified anyway during your organisational readiness assessment or your normal dealings with people in the organisation, okay? Then you've got them all, you've got all these change agents and they've agreed. Great, I'm going to help you, no problem, I like this, blah, 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 whatever. You then need to conduct a training session for them, basically to bring them up to speed with how change works, okay? Then, once they're trained and they have all the knowledge and nous that they need, you need to agree on collaboration methods. How are you actually going to integrate? How are you going to actually collaborate with your change agents? Is it going to be regular meetings? Is it going to be online? How's it going to be? And all that really depends on whether it's a single one-site organisation or a multi-site organisation, etc. Okay, and finally, once you've agreed all of that, okay, so you've got your roles and responsibilities and you've got your people selected and management know about it, and maybe you've got one of their people involved, etc., and you've agreed on how you're going to collaborate, you need to communicate, yay, the launch of the change agent network to the organisation, because the organisation needs to know what exactly is going on, and they need to know who the change agent is that they can go to for any information, okay? And then you can do some kind of reward and recognition program for change agents, because remember, they're doing this voluntarily, and it's a kind of 50% business as usual, 50% change agent. But, you know, look into the reward and recognition system, yeah? So just to give you an idea on that last point, let me finish by giving you an example of how this worked in the project that I was involved in. I was the change manager for a global SAP harmonization project called Symphony for the Cow Corporation of Japan, but specifically for Molton Brown in the UK and a company called KPSS in Germany, focusing on engagement, communication, adoption, business readiness activities. The roles and responsibilities of the change agents there for this project was segmented into 3 areas. First of all, the 3 areas were communications, training and adoption. Under communications, they needed to communicate the need for change. They needed to create consistent, timely and focused communication. They needed to create feedback mechanisms for stakeholders. Great. Under the training heading, they need to identify specific stakeholder groups and help identify the training needs for those stakeholder groups, and to prepare work instructions and process documentation, and also to help actually deliver the training to those stakeholder groups. Under the heading of adoption, they needed to help stakeholders with adoption, identify, analyse and manage resistance, develop and deliver reinforcement activities, keep the change momentum and sustain the change after implementation. Okay, what we did, we actually recognised distinguished performance and significant contributions by the change agents, which including, God, I'm having problems today, aren't I? But never mind. Which included exceeding expectations on a given task or assignment, behaviours that fostered communication, collaboration and team building, meeting or exceeding milestones with high quality deliverables, driving for results and efficient and effective issue resolution. The awards were called the Beethoven Awards. Remember, Project Symphony, Beethoven, get it? Beethoven bust, yeah? Beethoven bust. It was in the form of a Beethoven bust, sorry. And we also provided them with a nice scrolled certificate as well. Took pictures, put it on the intranet site, etc, etc, etc. And it worked a treat, to be honest. Thank you very much, and I'm just going to end with I think that was Beethoven, wasn't it? Wasn't that one of his sonatas or something? I don't know, but whatever, hey. So thank you very much again for listening. Send me in the questions, subscribe, press that bell icon so you get notified of my next video, because it's going to be fairly soon, as I mentioned earlier. And I'll see you again next time. Arrivederci, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen, and the rest of it.